break that barrier. The front door, which is closed for men, can open with a woman agent. You can go to the bedroom, get to the kitchen, and do the registration. So we believe that even if it is a little difficult initially to get some of these female agents, I personally don't think it is difficult. Because in Bangladesh, there are more high school girls than high school boys. So obviously you can get a SSC pass, that means high school graduate or intermediate graduate, female, in every village, more than one, unquestioned. So it's not an easy, it's not a difficult thing. Maybe they may not have the right kind of other attributes like having a shop in the bazaar, having the capital and so on. We have to compromise on those things, but train them better, make them dedicated foot soldiers of the bank. I'm hopeful and convinced that they can deliver even better results than those with the shop owners and other things who are serving as the. So my message to the banking community is that you need to look for, find and comply with the 50% and even exceed it. 50% is a binding constraint, it's a minimum constraint. So that you can make it be inclusive, you can make it much more effective in terms of reaching out to the underserved segment of the society. We are allowing the conventional instruments also, like credit card, debit card, is that. There were usually in Bangladesh kinds of restrictions in the sense that, well, if you have a credit card, it is perceived that you must be a taxpayer and perceived that you must have to submit a tax return along with the application of the credit card or credit card. So that was a binding restriction that was unhelpful. And after long considered deliberations in this last budget, this has been withdrawn. So we hope that credit card acceptance will increase significantly in the coming days. We don't want to exclude any instrument from our credit plan. Everything should be there as it is, but needs to be enhanced in their activities. So what we are going to do is we are going to increase the limit of the credit card. We are going to encourage the banks to issue more credit cards and not to be hindered or not let the NBR to use that holding credit card as an instrument of that you are rich and so on. You should do your other due diligence. But this is a financial instrument. You should not be looking at it from the tax point of view. But at the end of the day, my message to the NBR is also that it is going to help you in terms of transparency and financial transaction transparency. So you get better tax outcome out of it anyway. So don't kill the golden goose when it is not even born. The eggs are when it is eggs, you don't kill the goose. So wait for the eggs and let the geese be healthy. In addition to that, we are also working on mobile financial service. You know that it has a deep penetration across Bangladesh and sufficient. A number of piloting has already been done with nano loans, and nano loans are getting now popular. The limit is now up to 50,000 taka instant credit. No application, nothing. Just push your button and you can get it up to that. So we are still reviewing the performance of this loan. We are seeing how this algorithm is working, how effectively it is identifying, how much is the NPL for this type of loans, and based on that continuous evaluation, we will increase the limit as we go. So we just increase it from 30 to 50. We pause for a few months, look at the results, and then go for next round of increases. We are hopeful that as much as the bKash has penetrated in terms of coverage of the population, we have two things to do here, front end and the back end. The front end is still cash. I mean, I get my cash, put it in the system, and go to a store and put it in there, and it becomes digital. It goes to my family or my whatever, wherever I want to pay, settle my bills and things. But when it goes to my family, it gets a cash and used as cash. We want to work on both ends. And that's a big challenge, particularly the back end, where the housewife takes it out or the family takes the cash out. Instead of that, if that money remains digital and used in every store for every goods and services and transactions, that's what we would like to achieve. That's where bKash is trying, bKash Nagad, etc. is trying, but not yet there. That's where we are trying also to introduce the QR code. So QR code or Bangla QR code, as we call it, it's going to be refocused in our strategy. We have already written to our local government advisor, and he has promptly made the request, not the request, the instruction to all the local government authorities, including union councils, corporations, city corporations, municipalities and so on, that any trade license to be issued must accompany, holder of trade license must have QR code in display in the store from now on. So every time you go for trade license, you have to have that. Objective is that you make QR code popular, make it mandatory for everyone holding trade license, and everybody who operates any business in Bangladesh has to have a trade license. So they has to have that card displayed in the hotels or in restaurants, or even a rickshawala might have his card and you can scan it and so on. So we want that and the back end, so that the money that goes digitized through the mobile financial system remains in the digital form and calculates the cashless. That's the objective.